Fluffy Horde is made up of many small levels divided up into 4 different areas. The predominant factor in them all is the bunny swarm that is trying to ruin your day. It's your job to complete whatever task is given to you. Now this might include killing all the bunnies, but not always. Thankfully, Fluffy Horde is more diverse than that. For example, there is an objective to lead the princess to her friends where a DJ will appear. She's got to get her dance on. Unfortunately, the bunnies are drawn to her and will bite her until she gives up. Other levels have you protecting a windmill, so there's some variation. The thing is, these objectives stay throughout, so you'll be escorting the princess a lot. But Fluffy Horde does change how you can interact with the level. Some levels might limit you to only archers, while others might not even give you a unit that fights at all. And even the layout changes. This is where you get creative. If the game just kept giving you knights over and over, it would get boring fast. Now you have to work out exactly how to solve the level with what you have available. Another example are the farmers you can buy. If they work the land, you get an income, which can really help. However, the bunnies will eat their farm, so you get nothing. There are decisions to make how you want to play it. Do you let the bunnies eat the farm and go for the win? Yeah, the answer is yes. You go for the win. Side note, there are some really strange objectives. At the start of the game, it all looks pretty tame, but then you gotta ask yourself, what the hell is this cow doing drinking from a nipple flower? Seriously. Anyway, you're not going to be able to brute force your way through these levels. Despite there not being a timer, you're still under the gun. See, the problem with the bunnies is that they multiply fast, and if it gets too out of hand, they will overwhelm you, and that's a failure. I'm glad it's here, or else the safest, boring strategy would be the best. Instead, you're forced to act a bit quicker than you would want to. You can't just sit back and build up your army on levels where the bunnies are locked behind a bridge. As we know, players always choose the approach that is most effective, even if it's the most dull. One strategic tip is that you must be vigilant in slaughtering all the bunnies. Even if one slips by, you can kiss that windmill or princess goodbye. These bunnies chew through everything fast. There's little room for error. If the soldiers are too far out of position and one bunny is eating your objective, it's time to restart the level. So these levels are short, and it does feel a bit mobile. Fluffy Horde even rewards you with medals for completing certain tasks. However, not getting the medals doesn't stop you from progressing. Finish the level any way you want, and you can continue. I appreciate that. Because of this, I don't mind the short levels too much. I don't have to repeat them to get the objectives. This way they feel optional and more of a challenge to the player if they want it. They definitely do provide that challenge and usually put restrictions on you that aren't always timed based. Many are rewards for completing the level in under a certain time, but there are others. For example, even if you can build archers in a level, you'll receive a medal for not buying any. I found that I was going for the challenges more because they make it more interesting. It usually requires more thought and planning. Also, without the objectives, some levels are kinda bland. While there are a few that I didn't care for, the good ones outnumber the meh. One consistently good element is the user interface. It's extremely helpful and clear, which assists your planning. Like how it shows you the bunny's trajectory if they hit a flipper that flings them across the map. You're given the time to survey the level before, which I quite like. The minimap helps jump around the level too. Also, you can select groups of units and even use the minimap to move them. It was really well thought out. Speaking of groups selecting your troops, they make sure to tell you that idea is from Blizzard, and there's a lot of that kind of humor. The game doesn't take itself too seriously, and I rolled my eyes at a few of the dumb jokes. It's not going to be for everyone, but it's only some text you don't have to read if you don't want to. Also, again, what the hell is the deal with the nipple plant for the cow? So before I get to the end, let me stop the review for 1 second. I just have a question. Is this a new genre? These games are sort of 2D tower defense, side scrollers, sort of, like Kingdom and Grim Knights I just reviewed. None of these elements are exactly new, but the combination of them seems to be forming something. When Kingdom first came out, it was really fresh and different. I mean, I guess we'll see how many more games like this come out. Not that it matters, a good game is good to have. What do you think? New genre? Passing fad? Alright, back to the finale. Overall, Fluffy Horde is enjoyable and I like it. The game definitely has some weak points which make the playthrough inconsistent. Still, the overall experience is good. The level variation keeps it entertaining and the theme is ridiculous. Fluffy Horde gets pretty difficult as you continue, especially if you go for those side objectives. I found myself getting caught up in playing more than I expected, which is always a pleasant surprise.
Hey, thanks for watching. Check out my review of Grim Knights, it's a different take on this you might like.